Namaste. I bow to the divinity in you. Pledging myself a world citizen, I, in all humbleness and solemnity, bow to all kindred soul in equality and reverence. Keeping soto wise of the Sanskrit phrase Vasudeva Kutumbakam of Maha Upanishad, meaning the world is one family. This I swear by my ideal, the loftiest of Vedantic thoughts. I am Tapeshwar Prasad from St. Xavier's College of Management and Technology from the capital Pataliputra, present-day Patna, Bihar, the land of Aryabhata, mathematician, astronomers, born in 476 AD, who invented numerical zero, the land of Ashoka the great Indian emperor of Maurya dynasty, where near the place called Bodh Gaya, Gautam Buddha got his enlightenment, where the 10th Sikh Guru Gobind Singh Ji, a spiritual master, warrior, poet and philosopher, took his birth at Patna Sahib. Here is the oldest church in Bihar called Padri Ki Haveli, built in 1713, also known as the Visitation of the Blessed Virgin Mary when Roman Catholics arrived in Bihar. Here is the tomb of Makhdoom Yahya Maneri, the great Indian Sufi saint of the 13th century. This place is an amalgamation of Hindus, Muslims, Sikh, Christians and other religions living in oneness and peace. The doting vision of the global peace and harmony as mentioned in the communique of Great Panorama International Literary Festival 2020, and in togetherness wishing a great success to this grand literary event, never losing our view of the present that our world is suffering from pain and pandemic the world over. I have authored blend of 5 surrealistic and realistic poetry books and have been featured in Camel Saloon, United Kingdom, Cordite Poetry Review, Australia, the Aquillrelle Wall of Poetry, Crashing Waves, USA, Acerbic Heights, an Anthology of Contemporary Indian English Poetry, Inklings, Anthesis, Episteme, Heavenly Hymns, I am a poet, Just for You My Love, Kaafiyana, Resonance, the Significant Anthology, Rhyme with Reason, World Anthology of English Poetry, Mandela Tributes, Whispering Winds, Hall of Poets and many more. I have been included 4 times as highly commended and faith-centered poet of the year and has been included into Hall of Fame overall standing 2012-2019 at International Community of Poets, ICOP, United Kingdom. Now I will be reading my poems. The first poem titled Vanished a Reality. So the reality with baton in hands hit the pages of yesterday as has overgrown unruly into the present. Many moments elapsed in wait of cornucopia of future events. Coupled with pleasure, the pain arrived in the triumphant cry. Plenty of suns peeped from the balcony of infinite events. The remnant was still undefined in point of vanished reality. The second poem, titled Quartet Choices. Being human in thoughts, I juggle planets and stars in plurality of space and time, taking clue of reference clock other than nights and days. I am a meager hand of a larger meadow of bursting silence, nebula of dust and gases taking nihilistic end. My quartered choices are already revolving around. I am the static gaze of an invisible eyes, commanding an elementary bond between crying life and frothing death. The third poem which I am reading is titled Way of the World. I am not familiar with this co-worker on my morning walk, who was striding slowly barefoot on a long two-tiled bridge, a road and a rail lines under it. But his act of finishing his thoughts and starting it again drew me a little closer to him, and I nearly paused my step further to listen to his less comprehensible sentences, meaningfully together. I knew I was getting closer to him by his truthful utterance as he was slicing it part by part. He was ragged and grey of hair, stinking badly, but of a princely milieu. I took pause under his guidance and thought about the way of the world. Those who are self-proclaimed rich have little of their own. Those who are ragged have all the wisdom to share. My fourth poem, titled Warm Touch. It is winter season. Ceiling fan looks freezing ice, entreating all round the four walls of the home. I missed a summer voice that evening, that with a longer tongue drew a thirst, looking at a glass of cold water. Remembrance was no more remembrance. It was more than silence, hawking my inner space. What a game through a begging voice cost my past season never to return. This winter only, a year back, I lost the warm touch of my mother. My fifth poem, Petal Touch. I take a brisk half-moon walk on the roof brooding the sky and the city lights simmering dark in the transparent blue outside. And in between you take an angle glance at the flower pots arranged in line by the side of the boundary wall of my roof. Quick of time, I thought a pause over me. Slow of steps, I come near the flower pots and stroke gently over the plants. A little flower comes pressing in between my fingers, keeping its soft petal touch. I see myself sliding down the stairs, folding my hands to my heart. A warm tear trickled down my cheeks. My sixth poem is titled Astrological Predictions. That peaceful day when war has not colored the sky, when like a black shoot, when there was no noise of the falling shells, of shooting of guns across the borders, or the agonies of the dying soldiers, or the wailing of mothers for her sons, or when I had not volunteered in the army. There on that shining day of my childhood, I had seen an old dilapidated wall by the side of an old country road. There from the broken walls, beautiful flowers were creeping in the crevices. Now those memories only remain. I still find that decaying house, where I could see the smiling flowers budding from the crevices of the wall, taking my heart by all its colorful beauty. What remains here now is but a dead silence, hallowing my thoughts, all ashes, all crumpled walls. Arrayed into the night sky, I could see those flowers making astrological predictions for safety. My seventh poem, titled Nothing Extra. He has solved himself nakedly. This I am talking about the condition of a laborer, the laborers who work day and night. Again, I am reading it, poem number 7, Nothing Extra. He had solved himself nakedly, longer into the thorny chilly nights, with trembling fingers, bodily squeezed in cold grip around. Penniness he survives the onslaught of rising inflation. Edible smolder heavily, and a unit of blood cost more than a bargain, a toothless suitor to his own poverty. Pleasantly he shakes his head quixotically, shrugging off reality from his thoughts, believing that tomorrow, when his hospital will charge a hefty medical bill, he will promptly reply to his doctor, wagging his tail. Was he not in remembrance that many a times at the construction site he had labored more to his hospital with sweat and salt and demanded nothing extra? My eighth poem, titled Painful Riches. This is in remembrance of my mother. She had been doing it for quite some time in the garb of faint smile. All these years and before, she could restrain herself with sieve in her pain, guarding her happier moments, lest it must not erupt, wailing those unforgettable torment. She would always lure herself into a sobering smile, that on a casket of painful riches that she could trust, she could do unto her what a lost memory could do to herself, as she had been doing this since the memory was gone. The last poem, poem number 9, is titled Any of the Present. She came searching for life upstairs, holding a clutch of time that she herself was feeling disenchanted about it. Any of the present came clashing with high tides, indifferent to who she was. Oblivious of stepping legs, she strayed from her present path to her familiar past. Repeatedly she called out her mother, that her mother was alive, resting or sitting in her upper room, knowing least that her mother had died 40 years earlier. She is 80 years old now, pressing her remaining years with the bonding launched into the past that she and her mother once drew milk out of it. That's it. Thank you very much. Namaste.